To get on Minnesota's presidential ballot next year, a Libertarian Party candidate must secure a puzzling promise from 2,000 people.
I don't understand this at all.
Each of these 2,000 people must swear during a 2-week window in May. This is out of the Pioneer Press, right? During a two-week window in May that they do not intend to vote in the presidential primary election that will have taken place in March.
So we don't know if anyways, let's bring Chris Holbrook onto the show. Good morning, sir. Thanks for coming on in such short notice.
Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us and help us out. We are so confused by this.
Yeah, so a little bit of background. And first of all, this is all available on our website, lpmn.org. Plug. But
nice job leading with the plug, too.
Yeah,
that's good.
That was impressive.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
We were on your show, I think, back in February, Drew and John, when we launched the bill to actually change approximately 10 points in the statutes. And after getting shot down by Republican and Democrat committees, not even being allowed hearings on these bills, surprise, surprise, we have arrived at the conclusion that legal action is our only option.
Okay.
And we're going to go after the oath as our first course of action. This oath, so as you said, for president, we need to get 2,000 signatures. For governor, we need to get 2,000 signatures, auditor, 2,000 signatures. On those nominating petitions, when we get the signatures, there is an oath, and it says, I solemnly swear that I know the contents and purpose of this nominating petition, comma, that I do not intend to vote at the primary election for the office for which this nominating petition is made, comma, and that I signed this petition of my own free will, period. The section between the commas really stops a lot of people who read that from signing our petitions.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if they will be or they have participated in some open primary in the general state primary in August. But now this takes on a whole new meaning in 2020 when we have presidential primaries before the petitioning period, which, as it's structured right now, we will have no access to those lists that the state is going to get and keep and give to the Republicans and Democrats. So if we get challenged on our petitions, we won't even be able to vet, verify, or fight back. And last note, this is punishable under penalty of perjury.
Felony perjury. Yeah.
Yes.
So let me see if I understand this correctly here, because I'm still very confused. Is the language about not intending to vote, has that language existed that precedes the move to a primary that will take place in March? Because the timeline is what's kind of screwing me up right here. The story says that during a 2-week window in May, everybody who signs this petition must swear that they do not intend to vote in a primary election that will have already taken place in March. So the language is older than the decision to move to a primary in March. Is that accurate?
That's accurate, and that's one of the reasons we're challenging this to get it thrown out, as well as before 2020, we didn't even have a presidential primary. We had a caucus.
Right.
Why is that in there in the first place? Last year for state auditor, you have to sign the same oath. There's no primary for state auditor. So this is an exclusionary item to get people to not allow third-party voices to campaign and get on ballot.
Well, yeah, it seems like a no-brainer that you should be able to get this changed. I guess I'm surprised, but not surprised that there's any sort of pushback on getting this changed to the point where, you know, you have to sue to get it changed. That just seems bizarre to me. It seems like an easy fix.
You would think so, John. We've tried this through the front door, and they shoot us down. They won't even talk to us about this.
Yeah.
So we've enlisted Eric Cardall, who's an expert at suing the government on behalf of doing the right thing. And all of these efforts we're doing, that's not just about us. It's about all parties, all voices that are basically being limited and excluded from participation.
And let me ask you one more question, because we are short on time here. But let me what difference does it make if somebody signs the petition to help a libertarian or a third party candidate of any party, help a candidate get on the ballot, even if they are going to vote in the primary for someone else? It's like, I could be in favor of having more voices and more choices on a ballot, even if I know exactly who I'm going to vote for, and it isn't, hypothetically necessarily one of those third party or minor party candidates. Like, I could be going into a primary saying, I know exactly who I'm voting for. I'm voting for the Republican or whatever, but I support and endorse more options for other voters. So what difference does it make if I sign your petition, but then I go vote for somebody in another party?
You don't know how many times, Drew, we've heard that. People say,
Sure.
Hey, I support you being on the ballot. I'm not going to vote for you. I'm not a libertarian, but you have the right to be on the ballot. This clause basically stops people from acting that way. And I know you're short on time. We'll have all kinds of information at our state fair booth by the DNR pond if anyone wants to stop by and talk to us about it. The lawsuit itself will be posted on our website probably by the end of the day. I really appreciate your time and attention to this.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you for helping clarify it too, because it really did. The language in that story was very confusing to us. So I really appreciate you calling in and helping to clarify.
Yeah, we're gonna fix things one by one. So this is the first of several, and hopefully we can talk more about it in the future.
Absolutely. Keep us posted on your efforts and keep up the good fight, man.